if you got a good-looking daughter, hey, we can't wait to take her from you, man.
Right.
You Edomites going straight into captivity, man, with no sunblock. Believe that. With no sunblock.
It's actually going to be worse than our slavery because we had the Lord to call out to.
That's right.
They ain't going to have nobody.
They gonna call out to the Lord, but they gonna hear crickets, man.
Yeah.
All right. The same way that they felt about, hey, we can do whatever we want to do, and the Lord ain't punishing us yet. Hey, you're gonna catch punishment. Believe me. You're gonna catch punishment. That's wild right there. Was that it on that, brother? But anyway, man, we just had Thanksgiving pass, a lot of Jakes partook in that wicked ass holiday like this brother just brought out. God damn. I see why he's ensnared. he trapped. He can't get out of that. He lost his way. Hey, but that's Jake, man. Jake,
that's what they do, bro. They sacrifice themselves either for money, for booty.
Hey, man. But like we just said, Thanksgiving just passed, and a lot of Jakes, man, the majority of Jake, let's put it that way, that don't know this truth, man, just partook in that wicked ass holiday. And there was a brother who did a great video, who was like, if you eat the food, there ain't no shame in eating the food. But you know what you believe in. But hey, we know that Thanksgiving ain't nothing to celebrate, man. All right, especially if you are so said Native American, man. All right, if you're part of the Northern Kingdom, if you're a Gadite or you're a Reubenite, man, what in the hell are you celebrating Thanksgiving for? All right, more or less, like the brother who brought out that story. It was a brother from, I believe, the Wampanoag tribe who had actually been captured and put into captivity in England.
Oh yeah, and he came back speaking the language.
Right, he came back and actually could speak English.
That was Bigfoot, I think it was. It was one of the, I know.
The Wampanoag tribe, which they actually got wiped out. By the time he came home, he found his village wiped out, man, by disease. And he actually found one of the neighboring tribes and kind of just mingled with them, but he could speak the English.
He was the last one left.
Right, he was the last one of his tribe. So when the Mayflower actually arrived, okay, and they was getting off the ships and whatnot, after a while, one of the natives actually greeted them and said the words, "Welcome." And he had learned broken English from being around the Edomites that had come before, And he said, they figured that they was bringing their women. When you bring women and children, necessarily that don't mean you trying to go to war. You know what I'm saying? So for them to bring their women and children, the natives assumed that they wasn't coming for warfare. So they was trying to actually make allies with them because they had enemies to the east of their own nation. So they didn't want to have to face the weaponry of Esau, more or less. So they came when that native, and I forget his name, he actually returned back, and he got the brother who could speak better English. All right.
The first brother was called Kicking Bear.
Right, and they went and got him, or they went and got the other the brother who had been taken into captivity, and they brought him back, and he spoke with them, and they negotiated trades and negotiated all these deals, and then they had about a decade of peace, man. All right, and they actually did have a the original Thanksgiving, when they showed them how after the Edomites had learned, yes, you so-called red people, you so-called white people, the Edomites, all right, who are not natives to America at all, okay? We know about you, believe it, all right? You came here and you didn't know how to grow on this land. Hey, you know why? Because you can't do it. The natives showed you how to do it, and they shared their bounty with you.
That's true, because actually at the time when they landed, I guess you call it, they were eating dead bodies.
That's right.
Because they were so sick and weak that actually a lot of the Gadites wrote that they wanted to kill them right off the bat.
Yeah, they wanted to kill them because actually that tribe, the brother who could speak English, he actually persuaded a lot of the other tribes from wiping them out upon arrival.
Because he knew what it was about already.
Yeah. He actually said, a lot of you Edomites are here simply because Gad had mercy on you, man. And hey, that was a mistake.
Yeah, that was.
That we won't make again.
Well, it's all in the Lord's hand.
God, hey, but it was prophecy had to be fulfilled, man.
That's right.
It's like you said, it's all in the Lord's hand. So like the brother was saying, the story continues, man. the brother for about a decade they had peace, man, and they did celebrate you know, the bounty of their harvest season and had a feast. But after about 10 years, man, that there was a, you know, the Edomites wanted more, as they always do, and branched out and started killing Gad, man.
And actually, they came with the intention to do that.
Right.
You know?
And they actually burned the village, man, with children and women as they slept. And because Gad actually was riding on them. When the violence actually broke out, Gad was riding on them. And it wasn't until they actually went to where their true encampment was.
That's even like a custom.
Right.
Because that's how it was too. They it was two of the troops, two sides of the troops invading on them, but they slaughtered one set of the troops, turned around, slaughtered the rest. But what the way they actually won that, they said, was the horses were left on the hill and the troops tried to sneak up on the Indian tribe, and the women actually chased the horses away. And they had their ammo, that was their transportation. So then Gad was on horses and all the troops were on foot.
That's right.
And they ran up on him and just done him in, you know?
That's right. Hey, and when you know, like they had won a string of battles, the Gadites and the Reubenites that were, you know, fighting them had won a string of battles, and Esau came up with a devious plan to actually attack their home and kill the women and children. So that's what they did, and that was actually the turning point, because the chief of the tribe that welcomed them actually was his son, who became that chief who welcomed them. His son became the new chief.
Oh, yeah.
Khan.
Yeah.
And when he became the new chief, I believe at about the age of 32 years old is when they started warring with Esau.
Yeah.
And they actually captured his family. They shipped his woman and his son off to slavery in Plymouth. They actually took them back to Plymouth and judged them to be taken into slavery, and they took them into slavery in the Bahamas.
And he actually, I saw, you know, that he had a hard time because he was trying to keep his native ways, but also deal with the Edomites.
Right.
And the Edomites said, if you look different from us, your hair's different from us, we don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So they would actually try to shave the Indian.
Hey, from the jump, they had, you know, the Edomites had always felt that they were superior, and that only grew the more time that they got to spend around them. So by the time that decade was up, you know, they felt the need to just slaughter them, and that's what they started to do, man. And then you have, you know, and to make matters worse, where Thanksgiving comes in, all right, after they won said victory, they started to celebrate Thanksgiving. They would have a feast after every victory, and it wasn't until George Washington actually became president. Hamites. The sons of Ham and Cush. See all these?
Yeah.
Cush and Cain and Canaanites. Like I was saying though, you know.
Even in the Zondervan Compact Dictionary, it says that Ham is not the father of all the dark races.
What kind of dictionary?
Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. It's the one the same people that published the Bible. Esau, it says that they are the people of prominent, what is it, future
Judgment. Great future judgment.
Yeah. I mean, I got it on me. We can break it out too. That's the problem though. With our people, they don't read.
Yeah, you have a hard time getting our people to sit down and read a book.
They said that. I didn't read a book.
That's right. It's very difficult to get the nations just in general, any one of the nations, to sit down and read a book. And then when they do read a book, half the time they don't believe what they read. Which that makes sense. You shouldn't believe everything you read, but you've been conditioned to feel that way. There's things you will read that are very important.
You don't believe everything I read.
No, I'm not saying that you do.
Well, you always tell me a question.
Right.
And honestly, what we're supposed to be doing is dissecting.
Right.
You know, with history, fact. You know, and the Bible is actually very backed up, very much backed up by history.
It's the biggest history book in all mankind.
With the
No,
majority of the
the black.
To be very frank, you know, when you're dealing with said history, more or less you are dealing with the scriptures, because that history is in the scriptures. Especially when you're talking about the ancient world. The ancient world lines right up with the Bible for the most part, and the future as well, really. But you know, like you just kind of get into it. You can grab that really good stuff. you know, it wasn't until George Washington actually became president, and up until that point, they would celebrate Thanksgiving every time they massacred a tribe of Gad or a tribe of group. So it wasn't until that George Washington actually was like, look, you can't keep doing this shit every time. We're gonna run out of food. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how Esau gets down. You know, take all the grapes from the, you know, when the gatherers come and snatch up everything. So he actually sanctioned it to be a yearly thing, and the date that they had done that was, you know, the date they celebrated.
That's why Africans are still starving today.
That's right.
How much money is they so-called sending over there? I mean, billions of dollars, and they're still starving.
That's right.
That's because Esau is still pocketing it.
Yeah. And you even had
People are homeless and starving in America.
you even had and then I believe Lincoln actually had something to do with it too, but on the same. And then he made some type of I forget exactly what it was. Go look it up. No, it wasn't that. It was something to do with Thanksgiving. But then in the same, like a couple of hours after he did it, he went and killed like 22 Lakotas, man. The day he hung them was actually like right before Thanksgiving or something.
And he was a homosexual. He actually had love affairs that were written about with the slaves that he had,
Right.
personal slaves.
So actually, man, you know, if you're an Israelite, man, hey, Thanksgiving is nothing to celebrate, and neither is
Black
Christmas.
Friday, either Black
Black
Friday.
Friday,
People
yeah.
try to say that ain't got nothing to do with slavery. They only go back to 1860s. But 1860s, you can still find documentation of slave trades being done on that time.
And that's what that's all about.
That's right.
All right, you get the deal on a coon on Black Friday.
Yeah. And the reason why was because winter is about to set in, so you got you need the most work done right now before it's snowing,
Right.
so you don't lose your crop.
So hey, man, there ain't nothing to celebrate. America's holidays are all wicked, and
They're all wicked.
And the Lord hates your holidays.
That's right.
And when the harder you take part in them, hey, the worse your punishment gonna be, man. Especially if you Israel. All right, you can do that. Leviticus.
Yeah, I got it. This is Leviticus 18:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, not to everybody, the children of Israel,
That's right.
and say unto them, I am Yahweh your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
That's right.
And-
Hey, man, I don't mean to cut you off. Hey, but the Lord clearly says, man, hey, we shouldn't be partaking in the activities of our captors. All right. Hey, and Jake been doing the same thing. Hey, you would think that Jake would learn, but Jake don't never learn. They keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over and over from the time when we left the land of Egypt to right now. Right. All right. Hey, you ain't supposed to be partaking in the activities of your captors. You know what I'm saying?
You're not supposed to envy your oppressor either.
Right. Don't celebrate their holidays. Don't celebrate their gods, man. Don't do none of that, man.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do.
That's right.
Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances, ye shall do my judgments,
That's right.
and keep my ordinances.
You're supposed to keep laws, statutes, and commandments.
God.
Hey, you want to buy your kid a toy, man? Buy your kid a toy. You ain't got to wait till no Christmas. What the hell you waiting for Christmas for? Esau told you to.
That's right.
You know, because your oppressor told you to. Hey, man, you think your kid is not going to write, he deserves something, man? Hey, buy it for him. Don't follow your oppressor. That's something you do.
And that's you know, that's part of your kid's lot too, is to act right. You know, that's just like Mother's Day and Father's Day and all this stuff, man. You're supposed to always honor your mother and your father. You know, you shouldn't have to pay them for what they're supposed to do. You know, neither are you supposed to. That's why, like the brother's saying, all these holidays are upside down. We're supposed to be celebrating holy days.
That's right. Which, for the most part, Jake don't even celebrate, nor keep, nor know where they are, nor give a damn, because they too worried about, you know, ham, greens, chitlins.
In fact, I got it right here that we're not supposed to celebrate so-called Christmas. This is Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain.
And it's like we was talking about this on the way up, man. You know, and the Chinese astrologers, okay, without knowing, actually documented the birth of Yahweh. Okay, which you know how they tell you that they're gonna follow a star, right?
Yeah.
Even myself, I've always been curious how it would be possible to follow a star for 40 days or more, because you can see specific stars if you're an astrologist, but it's more or less pretty obvious that
Did you just call me boy?
no, that was Gar talking to me.
Oh, I was about to run up on that motherfucking drop kick his ass.
But more or less, the three kings, at least to my knowledge, we didn't know that. I'm not 100% sure that they were astrologers. But what they saw, they see the Chinese actually recorded. I watched this on a video like yesterday. The Chinese actually recorded a comet that was streaking from east to west. Really, so if you were traveling from east to west, that's the star that they would have said seen, and they were following this comet for 70 days. Really, even went up until the point where they met with Herod, because Herod was nervous because he wasn't a real Jew. He knew he wasn't a real Jew.
No, in fact, he was under the Romans.
Right, and he knew that he had no claim to the throne because of his bloodline. He knew he wasn't a real Israelite. So
That's why he tried to kill him out.
that's right. Which he was asking him, where's he going? And they didn't tell him about the comet. And more or less what they were saying was, unless you were looking for said sign, you would never see it. And my point really being, man, these Edomites, they don't pay, any other nations, they don't pay attention to the signs, man.
Nah, and in fact, like these moons, you had the super moon, super full moon, you got the blood moons. The only ones that watch the moon are the Israelites that are on point, because that's how we know when the new Sabbath comes in, by the new moon. So, in fact, by him showing the blood moon, who's watching the moon? But them that are on point.
Hey, the Bible says gonna happen to y'all Edomites.
Death to you, man.
That's right.
Hey, see, Esau, man, hey, that's that emotional shit.
Yeah.
Like we be talking about. Hey, we ain't out here to necessarily instill fear in you, man. But we out here to tell you the truth, man.
We're just here to prepare you.
They already scared.
Right. If you think what we preaching is sick, then you're not in agreement with the Bible. There ain't no problem with that. I really don't care, because most of you ain't in agreement with the Bible either.
No, and that's what's funny is most Christians say they believe in the Bible, but when we bring out the truth of the Bible, they despise it.
The fact that there is killing in the Bible, that there is rape in the Bible. There's a multitude of things in the Bible that are not necessarily sweet and cuddly, man.
Nah.
Okay.
Just like we were talking in 2 Kings, when the children were mocking the prophet cursed them in the Lord's name, and 2 she-bears came and ate 40 children.
That's right, man.
Now, most people in their mind would not think that the creator of mankind would have 2 bears eat 40 children.
See, that's the problem with people, man.
That's right.
See, they've been conditioned to think that God is only love and cuddles, man. Hey, God will kill your ass too, man.
With
That's
the
why
smile on his face.
Okay.
What about him? Thirsty.
Right. Hey, God will wipe you out, man. Okay, Yahweh will bring swift and vicious judgment upon you.
Can I say something?
That's what this is right here.
I've been learning Spanish from because I work in construction from the other Yashashkarites at work, man. And I mean some of them are from like South America, other tribes.
Right.
But I was asking one of them a couple questions, so I could use it out here,
Right.
if need be. And then he told me something else, man. I forgot how to say it, but I didn't even ask him how to say this, but he said it, and I was like, what's that mean? Because I knew like a couple words. He said corazón, which means heart,
Right.
And he's like, oh, I said God will eat your heart, man. And I was rolling. I was like, man, that's hilarious.
Man, hey, that's a good saying, but hey, it's true. And in the so-called church, regardless of what church you go to, you don't get taught that. Okay, you get taught that you're gonna get a big hug when you go to the kingdom, and that there's pearly white gates and everybody's gonna go. And God is for everybody. But if you read the scriptures, it's the complete opposite. God has a select race of people that He wants to destroy. God has a select group of people that the kingdom is strictly for. What part, you know what I'm saying? Like, you obviously don't read one, and you come up with your own conclusions, and you get way too deep in your fields, which really makes you not worthy, more or less, to
Authentic either.
Right. It really makes you not worthy to teach the word, nor to push it, man. Because you ain't pushing it. You pushing your own doctrine, which the Lord is in complete contention with.